My beloved students, today we are amongst you. I am Dr. Avijit Majumdar, working as Professor and Director of Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss one very important topic, which is called the pharmaceutical product line. Now, this pharmaceutical product life cycle, as we all know, that like every product, whether it is a consumer good or it is an industrial good, every item has a certain period of stay in the market. Every item. Exactly in the same angle, all pharmaceutical product also, they have a duration for which they exist in the market. No product is eternal in nature. So, the first concept, as I have discussed with you whenever I have told you the new product development, that we need to approach the customers depending on the preference of the customers. We try to formulate, we try to frame a product. Now, whenever we are framing a product, we try to keep majority of the aspects which the customers want, and then when a product is being prepared, we are fixing its price, we are determining where the product is to be launched and what strategies we should take to create an awareness amongst the customers. Now, when all these attributes are decided, that is, the product is prepared, the price is ready, where you will launch is, that also is decided, how you are going to create an awareness, that plan you have framed in your mind. The next task what we have to do as a marketing manager is, we have to gear up and launch the product. Now, whenever we are launching the product, remember that every product has 4 phases. Every product has 4 phases in their life cycle. One is, if I go across time on this axis and sales volume on the other axis, initially whenever you are trying to create an awareness, the sales volume will not be very high. So, up to this particular period, the sales volume will be low, gradually it will try to shoot up, then it will remain stationary for a certain period of time, and then gradually it will come down. So, this particular phase which you are seeing is what we are discussing today as the introduction phase or the introductory phase. The second one is what we see, that the product sales rapidly increases, which we are trying as the growth phase. When the product more or less reaches a sort of a saturation in the market, the sales volume does not rise very rapidly, whatever effort you take. So, which we are calling as the stationary phase, and the lastly it is following the stage of decline. So, these are the 4 phases of PLC. I will be discussing each individual phases, what strategy a company takes, what are the features of that particular stage across which the product will pass. So, let us begin with the introductory phase. The first stage of product life is dealing with introducing the product in the market. The product is new and initially the customers are absolutely unaware of the product. They do not know what product you are trying to push on. So, automatically the sales volume is very low. Now, when the sales volume is low, sometimes what happens is you people get very dejected that we have prepared a very newly product which the customer required, but even if the sales are not increasing, it is not like that. It will take a little bit time for the product to percolate into the market, product to reach the customer to be aware of the product. So, during this particular phase as a marketer, you need to create an awareness. Now, whenever we are talking of need for creation of awareness, it basically means that we need to use of various advertisement and sales promotional tools which are available to you. All tools which are mainly used for sales promotion, publicity, mouth to mouth publicity, free samples, leaflet, everything you have to focus on. Your objective will be you need to create an awareness in the mind of the customers. It can be an advertisement plain. You may have to give 1 plus 1 free. You may add a small sample to an existing product for the customer to go on for a trial basis. You have seen across various companies are using it. That is, advertisement and sales promotion tools are very commonly used. Different offers and incentives are given so that people are trying your product. It is a stage in which there is a very low sales performance, at least this may exist for the first few months. You will be surprised to know that it may extend for a year too. It is not that it will be the sales volume will pick up within a very short period of time. It may extend for 1 month even, in fact 1 year even, sorry, to get an awareness among the customers. The profit in this particular period is practically nil, in fact negative rather. The profit tends to be negative or at least break even from 1 to 2 years, because the number of sales volume, the number of sales outlets, the number of items purchased is very low. So, the items purchased is low, there is a low production automatically, but at the same time you need to invest a huge amount of money in the form of promotional tools. Therefore, your profit may be even negative. Next, we are moving on to the second phase, that is the growth phase, a very, very important growth phase of product life cycle. It is the stage in which the product becomes a little popular among the customer. So, the sales starts to increase. Moment the sales starts to increase, automatically you start gaining the return on investment. Whatever money you have invested during the development of the product, gradually you try to get down. Now, when the sales starts improving, at the same time remember the competitors are also keeping a close watch on your product. So, competition simultaneously increases. and the stage calls for various different market strategies. The marketers shift from awareness building strategy which they use in the introductory phase, they now focus on maximization of the share of the market. The product is still kept high, selling expenditure also goes on increasing. And now, but as we move on, the product sales increases, mind that profitability also increases. It is in this phase you have to gather as much profit as you can, because the product has already entered into the growth phase. It has also tremendously gained wide acceptance, patronage, repeated selling in bigger volumes from either the present or new marketers or customers which are being served. So, it is the stage in which the product acceptance is wide, repeated selling in biggest volume are very common. Drug companies still pursue an investment spending strategy for the product that has reached the growth phase for a number of reasons. A question may come up that, sir, at introductory phase we admit, we understand the reason why a large number of a huge budget has to be spent up for market awareness generation, but why do they require to invest more money in product awareness generation in the growth phase? They have to do it to prevent the entry of similar competing products, to maintain or strengthen its market growth and share in one specified market segment, thereby making it very difficult for the competition to come in and dislodge the product. They try to take all possible ways by which the competitors, they are not entering into their domain, they are not cutting down their profit, just to prevent the competitors from eating up their profit. They try to invest money for generation of awareness even in the growth phase. In this particular slide, we will be discussing about some of the strategies adopted by the pharmaceutical house to sustain the market growth. Please remember that after the growth has been there will be a stationary phase. So, every company, they try to extend the growth phase as far as practicable. What are the strategies the company use? Continuous improvement or innovation in the product, entering completely in the new market, new segment, expanded distribution channels to be used, more incentives provided to the trade outlets to endorse the product to the customers, more incentive, more margin they are given to the people who sell it, so that they go on promoting their product directly to the customers. Sometimes the lowering of prices to previous levels in order to allow more buyers to shy away from the competitor product and increase the frequency of use. Remember, in this particular stage you need to expand. So, you need to have certain strategies which will prevent the competitors from entering and taking out your customers. So, what you do is, we sometimes lower down the price, so that your customers, they are not migrating to the other company's product. More aggressive and proactive promotion efforts are taken, fine tuning the product's position in the market, repositioning competitors' product in the mind of the target customers, additional logistics supports to fight head on and cripple emerging product out of competitors. You have to prevent the competitors from entering into the market. That is your final and foremost target which you need to do. So, the drug companies protect their existing market position from inroads of competition by way of a well balanced marketing mix, technical and strategic marketing programs, by periodically conducting marketing intelligence and market research to adjust the fast changing needs and demands of the customers or the target market. We are moving on to phase number 3, which we are calling as the maturity phase or the stationary phase. It is the phase where the sales of the product reaches a maximum. There is no further scope of increasing of sales. So, cost per unit gradually decreases. Cost per unit gradually decreases. Popularity of the product has attained a peak, and due to this new competition starts coming up. So, in the long run, due to entry of the new firms, competition also begins to increase. Marketers try to find out new users for the product to retain the current customers. Also, marketers try to explore the new market, which we are calling as the niche market, so that the sales get maximized. They have to identify certain newer tools, newer methods by which they can protect the product. Otherwise, they are about to go for the phase number 4, that is the stage of decline. So, in this particular maturity phase, the sales promotion tools are massively used. A product characterized by a slowing down of the product sales volume, reaching a plateau or remaining at a constant volume, which may be attributed to various similar products competing in the same market segment, or significant competitor activities pouring heavily investing into the main market domain. Now, the strategies to extend this maturity stage involves rollback of prices by way of additional discounts, offering of the product in terms of free good, additional allowance or subsidies, and various other amenities to encourage the trade outlet to support your product. You have to keep the customers with you because the product is almost in the maturity stage. Increase advertisement and other promotional support for your product. At the same time, try to increase your R&D budget to add some new features for the product. Periodically modify your market, the product and the overall marketing mix, so that you are in a position to achieve looking for new ways to increase your product usage, looking for new users, repositioning your brand, improving the attractiveness of your product by introduction of new packages, addition improvement to expand the product usefulness, implementing product improvement, and adding to the value added line. If the product cannot sustain the maturity stage, they will push on to the decline stage, where the product sales gradually diminishes, customers start leaving the product, only the loyal customers remain with your brand. Strategies which are followed are: when the sales and profits continue to decline, company immediately withdraw the product from the market, phase out the product to avoid any further loss in case of geographical domain or nationwide. Reduce the number of product offering, discontinue operation in smaller segments, reduce promotion, replace weaker product with similar or related more improved version. This is the product which I have told you, and it is in this page that we have to go for extension, we have to go for addition of attributes to our product. These are the various phase: introduction phase leading to the growth, growth leading to maturity, maturity to decline, and then again you have to go for a introduction of the new particular phase. Next, we are trying to show you the various phases of introduction, growth, maturity and decline. We will discuss in terms of the sales volume, the market growth, market share, profit and so on. Just compare the 4 phases of a product life cycle with the various parameters which are mentioned here. As I have told you earlier that in introduction phase the sales volume is low, sales volume is high in case of the growth phase. In case of maturity, the sales volume is more or less steady, and finally, in the decline phase the sales volume is low. Market growth is high in case of introduction stage, in growth stage it is maximum. Market growth remains stationary in case of maturity stage, and finally, in the decline stage is gradually falls. The same scenario exists in case of market share also, where initially it will be low in the introductory phase, high in the growth phase. Next, we are coming to the profitability. Profitability remains negative in phase number 1, that is the introductory phase. Whatever profit you have to generate, I have told you that you have to go it for the growth phase, where the maximum profitability takes place. Again, gradually it starts decreasing in the maturity stage, followed by the stage of decline. Similar situation exists for the cash flow competitors, and whenever we are talking of customers, customers are very innovative in particularly the introductory phase. In the case of growth, there is a mass market. This mass market also remain with the company product during the maturity stage, and gradually in the decline it laggards down. So, the finally going into the introductory stage, I have told you that product, price, place and promotion. I will be discussing all the 4 phases in terms of these 4 P's of marketing. In introductory stage, we are offering a basic product, price, low cost items, distribution channel, build selective distribution, promotion, build awareness among the customers, sales promotion, heavy expenditure that takes place. Next, in the growth phase, the product, we offer product extension, improved quality, service and warranty. The price, we sometimes follow a penetration pricing, that is, we try to lower down the price, try to attract maximum customers as far as feasible. Next, as far as the distribution is concerned, we have to make a massive distribution in growth phase, because more and more you distribute your product, more and more revenue you earn, more and more profit you earn. And then promotion, build awareness, interest in the mass market, focus on increasing the brand loyalty, try to cut down or lower down the sales promotion expenditure as far as possible in the growth phase. Because see, this is the phase where I am telling again and again, you have to make a maximum profit. So, try to reduce the expenditure as far as it is possible, so that you are getting maximum revenue on. Maturity stage, product, diversification of brands and models, price, they are set to match or beat the competition. Pricing has to be done in this maturity stage, so that the customers who are about to leave, they lie with you, they remain with you. As far as distribution is concerned, build more intensive distribution with development of newer channels. This is very, very vital. We need to prepare a very good distribution network. And as far as the promotion is concerned, stress on brand differences, brand benefits, focus intensively on the brand loyalty, increase to encourage, so that the people are trying to for the switching of this brand. And then finally, we are going for the declining marketing strategy, where if the product, as because it has almost reached the last phase, we need to phase it out. Sometimes we go for reduction of price or price cutting. As far as distribution channel is concerned, select go for selective channel, phase out the unprofitable outlets. As far as advertisement is concerned, reduce to the level needed to retain the loyal customers only, and for sales volume reduce to the minimum level. Now, finally, coming to the limitation of product life cycle, it is only a theoretical concept. It cannot be applied for all sorts of product in the same way. It is not that all the product will follow the same process. The patterns of product life cycle are various for indifferent products. The duration, the main important thing is we are not in a position to predict how long introductory phase will linger, how long the growth phase will be there, how long there will be a stationary phase, and how long will be the stage of decline. So, we are not in a position to predict the duration of this stage. Now, with this we are coming for the end of the class for product life cycle. As you remember, that as you recollect in the summary, that basically there are 4 phases, but still again I am telling that the duration of each phase depends on the skill of the marketing manager, depends on the skill of the organization. Thank you very much.